Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another boot review. Today we are reviewing a pair of boots that I just got from Cape Robbin. Um, this one's not a sponsored video, these I purchased. It's a pair that I had my eye on for a little while now. Seen different styles and variations of them pop up on the internet here and there and everywhere. But these particular ones I grabbed from, I was originally looking at them on Poshmark, and then with the whole pandemic that's going on and whatnot, a lot of Poshmark sellers sell from their homes and things like that, and it was just a little bit of concern with that. So I found a online retailer from New York and ended up purchasing through their website. I had to pay a little more for shipping and whatnot, but they shipped them really quick, so I was happy with that. These particular boots actually go by a few different names online, which I've found with a lot of the Cape Robbin boots, like my Kelsey 21 thigh-high cowboy boots. I've seen them listed as Rockstar on many different sites, and that's not the actual name of the boot. It's called the Kelsey 21 from Cape Robbin. That's what comes on the box, even from Cape Robbin. This particular pair, I seem to see them listed as boa or belted boa or something to do with boas because it's got a snake print to it. However, the name that comes on the box from Cape Robbin is Neon Ninja. Why they call it the Neon Ninja, I'm not sure. I do know that they are available in like a neon yellow kind of color with a snake print to it. And I think I've seen an orange and possibly a pink. So maybe that's why. These are the black. They're actually a gray color, and there is a full snake print embroidered all the way through them. So these are the Neon Ninja in black. But again, I tried doing some research and trying to search for them. Cape Robbin's website doesn't even have them anymore, so that tells me that they're discontinued, which means supplies are going to start to become limited. It seems like I always pick the boots that are just on the verge of being discontinued, and when I go to do research to, oh, hey, you guys can find them here and there and everywhere, and well, it's not quite. It's by the time you watch this, they may be starting to dwindle in availability. Right now, you can find them plentiful on certain websites, eBay, Poshmark, and a few select retailers online. I think Amazon may have them, but again, they're not going to be under the normal name that Cape Robbin originally sold them under. It's good. People seem to like to make up their own names. So, what makes these boots so special? Well, for one, they are the tallest boots I've ever worn. The tallest boots I've ever worn, tallest boots I've ever purchased or owned. Saying that is almost cheating in a way because most people would anticipate, because they do have a belt, they go all the way up, and then there's a belt that slips through the hoop and goes around your waist. Measuring to here up to this point would be cheating. Measuring all the way from this point, I always measure from the top of the heel, so I get the shaft height. So I'm not including this. These are 4¼ inch heels, by the way. So 4¼ inch heel. It's listed as 4 inch, but because I wear a size 11, a lot of manufacturers will change the heel height when you start getting into larger sizes because it keeps the proportion correct. So these are actually a 4¼ inch heel, but I always measure from the top where the seam is right here, where the top of that heel is, to the top of the shaft. Well, obviously measuring all the way up here is kind of cheating. So I measured to the inside of the boot, to the top here. It's still 27 inches from this point down to this point down here. So that's 27 inches. which is much taller than the Cape Robbin thigh-high cowboy boots and the Pleaser Seduce 3010s, the black PVC boots. Remember, if you go back and watch my thigh-high cowboy boot review video, I take a tape measure out and I measure both of those pairs side by side. And without going back to look, I think those were 25-inch shafts, whereas these are 27. I'm going by memory. It was right around 24 or 25 inch, whereas these are a 27 just to the inside. Never mind the extra that goes on the outside. They do have a 3/4 or half length zipper. Goes all the way down from deep inside the arch, all the way up, halfway up the boot. The inside is lined with this interesting material. It's not suede. It feels like they tried to make like a faux suede. It really grips your leg, which is good and bad. It's good because it helps the boot stay in place when you're wearing them and you're walking around, and they kind of grip onto your leg, and they're not going to slide down and get all slouchy. Not that they would, because they got a belt. However, they make them really difficult to get off once you pull them on. You're trying to crunch all this material down your leg, and this material just sticks to your leg. It's really soft and it's comfortable, but when you're trying to slide it against your skin, it doesn't want to slide. There is also a large area up here where there's this faux PVC material, and it goes a decent length. I mean, it goes all the way up here, and I know this is for more durability, but they went kind of deep into the boot with it as well. So that whole area around your thighs is all this plasticky kind of material, and that traps sweat. It doesn't allow, this at least is porous and it's breathable. It's going to help wick away some moisture from your legs. This does not. This is the same type of stuff that was inside my Pleaser Legend 8899s, the 5-inch heel leather Pleaser boots. They put this kind of stuff in the top of it, and it rubbed against my knee, and my knees were always all wet with sweat and whatnot because they wouldn't wick away any moisture. These don't quite go that deep into it, so my knees are down below this area, but it's still rubbing against my thighs, and it's not exactly the greatest. However, if you wear them with a pair of pants or something, that's obviously not going to be nearly the same type of issue. You're not going to have that kind of issue. In terms of comfort, the brief time that I've worn them so far, they were comfortable. I'd have to say on a scale of 1 to 10, they're probably going to be about a 7. The silver only maker boots so far still take the cake as far as comfort. Those I would probably list as an 8.5 out of 10. These I'd say is probably about a 7. The fit overall, front to back, width and whatnot of the foot area is good. They do fit fairly true to size. They were maybe just a smidge tight. So they could be a little wider in this area. Also across the top of the foot here, I felt was a little tight, but not to the point of uncomfortable. It was snug. And I'm sure wearing them, it's gonna loosen up a little bit. I almost liked that snug feeling. It was kind of almost comforting in a way. It's like being hugged tight. It's kind of odd to describe, but it wasn't a discomfortable feeling. It was still comfortable. But overall, the whole geometry of the foot is done well. It's still not quite as good as the Only Maker brand, but they are definitely still much better than I would anticipate from a cheap boot company. The same as those thigh-high cowboy boots. They were only about $65. These were about $65. I mean, $65 brand new, shipped to your door. How do you go wrong with that? That's Pleasers are selling for 100 to 120 for certain models. In fact, if you go into their pink label, which is supposed to be their larger sized, almost designed for men, those go up into the $180 range, which is absolutely insane. And I think it's almost to the almost worthy of saying that they're price gouging at that point, just because it's geared for a larger leg and a larger foot size. I mean, that's crap. It's not taking an extra $80 worth of material to make the men's version versus the women's version. It's, oh, men have limited options, therefore we're going to charge them more because we can. That's my opinion on that. So I think that's kind of crap. But anyway, this pair, they are available, I want to say, up to either a size 12 or size 13. The overall leg dimensions, they fit me well. I have a 15-inch calf, and they fit snug, but it wasn't to the point that I had to try to stretch material or squeeze my leg in there to get the zipper zip. Zip went up just fine, no problems. Same thing with my thigh. I haven't put my tape measure around my thigh to really measure what the distance is around it. But compared to my other pleaser boots, my other thigh high boots, the thigh area fits just the same. If anything, they may be a little loose. The one thing that I think that the Cape Robbin got really ambitious with, though, was the belt that they give you for these. They do supply a belt. It's done with the same snake pattern as the boots. However, they really wanted to make sure that everybody was capable of wearing these and not have to worry about the belt being too small. That's not an issue. This belt just keeps going and going and going. I have depending on exactly where you measure my waist and where this belt might fall, between a 36 to 30 inch waistline, a 36 to 38 inch waistline. And this belt is huge on me. So you got to have a really big waist to fill this belt. I'm using it probably on almost the lowest notch, and some of you thinner women out there will definitely have to be making your own holes or wear the belt really loosely. If you want the belt to be snug around your waist, tight, but just snug a little bit, definitely gonna have to make some new holes in the belt to get it to work, because this belt is enormous. For somebody that has to use the very last hole on this belt, you're not gonna, I mean, I don't want to sound offensive or anything like that, or body shaming or anything, but if you have to use the very last hole on this belt, you're probably not fitting your legs into these boots. That's just the fact of it. This belt is so comically big that anybody who needs a belt that size is not wearing boots like these, because you're just not going to fit in them. But I do appreciate the fact that they thought of that and said, hey, look, let's just give a nice large belt that's able to fit pretty much anybody. And you can just make your own adjustments as you need to. So kudos to them for that. However, if you want to use the belt just as is, it's probably going to be too big. Overall, though, I think this was a really great purchase on my part. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to store them in the closet, because they're, even if I clip to the inside here, 27 inches tall, my rack is not high enough. Already, even with the Cape Robbin thigh-high boots, when I try to hang those up, I have to put the hanger as high up as I can and use a very short, almost like a pants type hanger rather than a standard one. Otherwise, the boots just drape on the floor and they're not hanging freely. They're all scrunched up and they're touching the floor. So I'm not sure how I'm going to keep these. I'll figure that out at some point. But overall, I'm really happy with these. Again, they are the Neon Ninja slash Black Boa slash snake belted boots from Cape Robbin, depending on where you decide to try to purchase them. Again, if you like the content, like what I'm doing, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the bell for notifications, because my upload times are random. You never know when I'm going to have free time to record and make a video. But I appreciate all you guys for watching. I appreciate all the support from everyone. And we'll see you soon when I'm walking around in these. Thanks for watching.